Crime in Switzerland is combated by the Swiss police and other agencies. Crime by type. Murder. In 2014, there were a total of 41 murders in Switzerland and had a murder rate of 0.49 per 100,000 population, the lowest raw figure and lowest rate for 33 years, since the start of the nationwide coordinated collection of statistical data. Despite a strong growth of inhabitants over the same period, corruption. The Transparency International Global Corruption Perception Index 2013 score for Switzerland is 86 and is the fifth best worldwide. Crime statistics. In Switzerland, the police registered a total of 526,066 offences under the Criminal Code in 2014, of which were 186,708 or 35.5% cases of thefts, and 47,762 or 9% cases of thefts of vehicles, 41 killings and 132 attempted murders. There were 556 cases of rape. Offences against the Narcotics Act decreased by 16.8% to 80,986. Offences against the Federal Act on Foreign Nationals decreased by 4.7% to a total of 39,544. In 2014, 110,124 adults were convicted, of which 55,240 were convicted according to traffic regulation offences, 6,540 for trafficking in narcotic substances, and 17,882 for offences against the Federal Act on Foreign Nationals. 83,014 or 83.4% of adult convicted people are male, and 42,289 or 42.5% of them Swiss citizens. In the same year, 11,484 minors were convicted. Convictions for infliction of bodily harm have steadily increased throughout the 1990s and 2000s, with 23 convictions for serious injury and 831 for light injury in 1990 as opposed to 78 and 2,342, respectively, in 2005. Convictions for rape have also slightly increased, fluctuating between 61 and 100 cases per year in the period 1985 to 1995, but between 100 and 113 cases in the period 2000 to 2005. Consistent with these trends, convictions for threats of violence directed against officials has consistently risen in the same period, from 348 in 1990 to 891 in 2003. Types of convictions. The number of convicted persons is given in the following tables. Each class of crime references the relevant section of the Strafgesetzbuch, or Bettobungsmittelgesetz, or the Straßenverkehrsgesetz. A 2015 conviction numbers may not include convictions overturned on appeal. Due to privacy protection laws, some convictions are not included. A 2015 conviction numbers may not include convictions overturned on appeal. Due to privacy protection laws, some convictions are not included. Historic conviction rates. The historic adult conviction rates are given in the following chart. A 2014 conviction numbers may not include convictions overturned on appeal. Aged conviction. The age of the individuals at the time of the convictions is given in this chart. A 2014 conviction numbers may not include convictions overturned on appeal. Prisons. At the end of 2006, 5,888 people were interned in Swiss prisons, one-third of them on remand, 31% of them Swiss citizens, 69% resident foreigners or illegal immigrants. immigrants, excluding remand, 36% Swiss to 32 in 100,000, 64% foreigners are 160 in 100,000. Crime dynamics. Immigrant criminality. The crime rate among resident foreigners is significantly higher. In 1997, there were for the first time more foreigners than Swiss among the convicts under criminal law. In 1999, the Federal Department of Justice and Police ordered a study regarding delinquency and nationality, which in its final report found that a conviction rate under criminal law about 12 times higher among asylum seekers, while the conviction rate among other resident foreigners was about twice as high compared to Swiss citizens. A specific immigration state is not collected. B final number may change due to appeals and trials still in progress. In 2010, for the first time, was a statistic published which listed delinquency by nationality. To avoid distortions due to demographic structure, only the male population aged between 18 and 34 was considered for each group. For this study, it became clear that crime rate is highly correlated on the country of origin of the various migrant groups. Thus, immigrants from Germany, France and Austria had a significantly lower crime rate than Swiss citizens, while immigrants from Angola, Nigeria and Algeria had a crime rate of above 600% of that of Swiss population. In between these extremes were immigrants from former Yugoslavia, with crime rates of between 210% and 300% of the Swiss value. The full report listed 24 nationalities plus the crime rate of Swiss citizens, and the average value of all foreign citizens combined at 160%. Commentators expressed surprise at the clear geographical structure of the list, giving, in decreasing order, Africa, the Middle East and the Balkans, Southern Europe and Western and Central Europe. The Federal Statistics Office published the study with the caveat that the sizes of the groups under comparison vary considerably. For example, the net impact of a crime rate increased by 530% among 500 Angolans will still be 5 times smaller than a crime rate increased by 30% among 46,000 Portuguese. The country is a target for foreign criminals on account of its reputation as an affluent nation. According to British criminal Colin Blaney in his autobiography, Undesirables, groups of English thieves have frequently targeted the nation in the past due to the fact its citizens are relatively wealthy and the fact that they are naive about crime due to the country's low crime rate. On the 28th of November 2010, 53% of voters approved a new, tougher deportation law. This law, proposed by the Swiss People's Party, called for the automatic expulsion of non-Swiss offenders convicted of a number of crimes, including murder, breaking and entry and even welfare fraud. As the proposal makes deportation mandatory, it denies judges any judicial discretion over deportation. An alternative proposal, that included case-by-case reviews and integration measures, was rejected by 54% of voters.